welcome back to Freestyle Friday. It's morning time and Kara's about to go to work. I'm just getting off of work. So I'm just gonna put my face care, my skin care on. I've already washed my face. You know, we were gonna do a little bit of light makeup, but you know. What time is it? It's like 8:30 in the morning. So we won't do that yet.
Yeah.
We don't really feel like doing that. What do I do first? Oh, I do this first. So we're just gonna put our skincare on real quick. No mask, just skincare and chit chatting. So yeah, I just got off of work and
I just got done working out.
And Kara worked out. Funny how we're on two different schedules, y'all.
I had a dream last night.
What kind of dream did you have?
That I had to jump off a building.
What?
But it was really weird because
What led up to that?
I was like me and then a friend of mine from high school. And you were there too.
Okay, so I was there.
Danielle was standing next to me. We were all in this building and we had to jump off. It was this really tall building.
Did you jump?
Yeah.
We all jumped?
It took a long time, but I did jump. But I jumped and someone had to pull me off.
No, I'm saying we jumped individually?
No, we jumped all together.
Why?
And so, right. And so we were talking or whatever, and I felt like it was like a metaphor for taking a leap of faith.
Dreams are
often
metaphors.
And I feel like I'm going to have to take a leap of faith.
In life, right?
Sometime soon.
Yeah.
Like it's coming up.
It's coming up. And how do you feel about that? We've taken a lot of leap of faith in life.
But I think that I'm going to have to trust.
Yeah, the process.
Trust the process. Anyway, we jumped and everything was fine.
Okay.
Like I didn't die. But it's just like, but that's just the point.
Yeah.
It's just like sometimes things look scary until you have to do it.
Yeah, that is true.
So I jumped off, and the funny thing, I was so terrified. And me and my friend, we were holding hands.
Yeah.
And then she kind of jumped and I went off with her.
So that might mean that whatever leap of faith you're going to be taking, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to work out.
So I think I had this dream because I was thinking about love the other day. And I was thinking about, is it time for me to start dating?
Oh.
And do I really want to date? Because I have like a really trust issues. But not like, I wouldn't say like trust issues, but like I have so much other things going on in my life.
Yeah.
I always feel like, is it even time to even start trying to date anybody?
Right.
And so last night I fell asleep. I was thinking about that as I fell asleep. Mm-hmm. And then I had this dream. And I thought, well, you know what? I felt like it was like the universe saying, you can't wait for perfect conditions. And unfortunately, you're going to have to take a leap of faith and trust that everything will be okay. Like it totally felt like when I was doing it, like only because my friend was up there. And my friend, I don't want to say her name, but she's pretty. Yeah. And she's really successful, but she's also single.
Right.
And she's, and I just thought like we were standing there, and I often think about her, what people sometimes think about me. Like, why aren't you married?
Yeah, like when you get asked that question.
I get asked that question all the time, and people ask me that, why aren't you married? Men say that to me, women say that to me. Why aren't you married? Why aren't you married? Even family members I don't talk to. Say that to me. You know what I mean? Why aren't you married? You know what I mean? And so this girl, I don't know why she was in my dream because she'd never been in my dream. Right. But I often thought that about her because she's like pretty
and successful.
Just be a cheerleader. Yeah. Like a professional cheerleader. Right. And I often think, like, why is she not pretty? But she was up there with me, and then you were up there too. Mm-hmm. And then it was just like we were on top of this tall building, and we were just sitting on the ledge. Right. And we knew we all had to jump, and I knew I had to jump, but I didn't want to because I'm thinking, I don't want to jump. There's nothing to catch me. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I jump, it's going to be like splat.
Trying to say God is going to catch you.
Right. And so the thing is like also, I think there's this thing about like when you meet someone, it's like it's nice to meet people, but when it's like you're in a place where everything is fine because everything wasn't fine. Yeah. For so long. Right. And then all of a sudden everything got fine. Everything got fine financially. I started losing weight. Right. You know what I mean? I wasn't putting up with things anymore that I priorly put in. And then you just feel like you don't want anyone to interrupt that peace. Right. And you just feel like once you put yourself out there again, which I will have to do that, you know what I mean? You don't want anybody else's issues to interrupt, like, what you've worked hard to do, although you feel like what you want, you're going to have to then risk it. It's like it's kind of like it's a risk. It's like a gamble. That's what it is. It's like in my mind, it feels like gambling. But on the other hand, the things that I want require me to do it.
Right. No,
so I do have to do it. So I am happy. But I think that dream was a metaphor for, because I always think your dreams are just your subconscious.
It is.
So it's just a deep subconscious, like your God talking to you.
Yeah, that's all.
And I do think that was what you said was how I came out of my dream.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But no matter what you think or where you are in your life, it is time.
Right.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It is time.
You're feeling it. Yeah, it feels like
it is time. So you're gonna have to.
The next step I feel is coming at this point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that.
And I am ready to leave here, and I'm ready to move on to different things, and I am ready to. And those things require courage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And every once in a while, I think I've been courageous a lot in my life, and it just. Yeah. Every once in a while, new courage shows up.
Yeah.
And you have to be courageous and go out there and do things. So I think it's going to be start time. It's time for me to start dating.
Right. But you're going to have, I think the difference between Kara and I is that Kara is more in her head. I'm more in my heart.
Well, Danielle trusts more. I don't trust easily.
Yeah. So I'm
with anyone though. Not just with him, but just with people in general.
I'm a little bit more trusting off the bat. Mm-hmm. It's not that I'm not stupid. Like, I don't go.
I would say you're not guarded.
Yeah.
I'm very guarded.
I don't dive in like a maniac.
Yeah.
But I'm very, I observe.
Yeah.
I'm very observant. So when I'm being like, something's happening where I feel like I'm being taken or played a little, like I'll notice that very soon. It won't take a lot of time for me to notice that. So I'm very conscious of that. But I do lead with my heart. Mm-hmm. So whenever I meet somebody, it's really, I do just honestly take them for who they are at the time. I don't have any, I don't start thinking, oh my God, what can happen? Mm-hmm. What if he's like this? Or what if he's like that? I don't go there immediately. What I do is I just kind of, he's done nothing yet to not trust him. That's how I am. They have done nothing yet for me to not trust them. So I feel comfortable right now. You know what I mean? So I don't really go there. But I think what happens is with you is that you're more in your head.
Yeah, I'm guarded.
Shakira's really guarded.
Yeah. I don't really just let anyone just jump into my life. You know what I mean?
We're very different in that way.
I'm very close to people. I can get very close to people, but I don't just, it takes me a minute to, like, people who are very close to me, it took them a while to get close to me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But they do get close to me.
And people also want to get close to Kara. See, the funny about Kara is that a lot of times people want to get close to Kara. It's like it's not just one or two people. Like, a lot of people, because Kara, to me, when you meet her, she's quiet, but you're not threatening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not. It's like you want to talk to her. Most people just want to start talking.
Yeah, everybody.
To her.
Men want to talk.
I think a lot of times people just want you to like them. Yeah. Like they I don't know what it is. Like, they want you to like them. It's a good trait because it says that, you know, although you are a quiet person, you're a good listener.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna say Kara can and I think that we all have a little bit of this. I think I even have this, but Kara has it in a different way. She's able to weed out and filter out BS very fast. So if there's something about you that you're struggling with, and Kara doesn't know about it, Kara don't even know you, she's gonna know to stay either far away from you. Like, she'll know. Kara knows, she can sense it very, very early, really early. So a lot of times people, I think, are trying to not let her see their bullshit. You know what I mean? And she sees it and they're trying to prove to her. A lot of times people are trying to prove, you know what I mean? And so they're trying to get to know you. So, which makes you really alluring to a lot of people.
I think that's why Danielle is so, like everybody, because I believe in soulmates. I don't think it's just love. I think it's also like my sister. Yeah. My sister is my soulmate. You know what I mean? And I think Danielle is good for me in that way. Maybe that's why we are so close. Danielle's intrusive. Danielle always wants to be in your face, and you know what I mean. And for me, that's like,
I want to hear about
like, it's like me. I need space, but for some reason, Danielle just intrudes in my space, and I just like her anyway. And I really just want. She kind of brings me out of my She gets me out of my own way.
Yeah,
sometimes because she just sort of just flows with everything, and for me, it's just. I
want people to feel comfortable. You know what I mean, and that's my comfort zone. I think is what it is when people feel very comfortable. and I'm able to just and people open
and
up to
the thing
me.
is, like, I know I'm kind of a guarded person, but I always think, why do people want to be around me? Because I know that I am.
Yeah, but they do.
So. And trust is very hard for me. I don't trust a lot of things. You know what I mean? And I think it's just like, even what they're doing with this show, it was hard for me to want to do this. Danielle wanted to do it a couple of years before I even thought about it, because I didn't want to share my life with people that I didn't know. Because, like, again, I'm guarded, but I'm also private.
But then I will say that I waited. I was wanting, because we mentioned in the video before, is that before we did this show, I was wanting to do it, just do it. So I was excited to do that. I wanted to be with Kara, but I was gonna wait for everything to be perfect. I was gonna wait till we weren't in the hotel anymore.
Yeah. But it lasted longer than we thought.
I was gonna wait until we had a better camera. I was going to wait to have a better ring light. I was gonna wait until everything just looked kind of perfect to you all, and then I was gonna present that. But then what happened was just the authenticity of me.
Yeah.
Was like, okay, so that's fake. People are gonna have to know your life. You know, we're not talking about hair and makeup. I mean, we're not just like a what's beauty called page. Informative, like that kind of like a beauty page, right? We're more of a commentary type thing. You know what I mean? So the one thing you have to be is kind of real. So if my current situation is this, like I can't be embarrassed about that.
Yeah. I
can't wait for everything to look great and then present it just because I'm trying to appear, you know, I might have a little bit of embarrassment over some things. Like I'm truly just not embarrassed. Honestly, I feel like I'm just not embarrassed at all. I really don't care at this point. So I think when you try to wait for perfect conditions, especially when it comes like love, particularly when it comes to love, because when you try to wait for you to be in the perfect frame of mind, everything to be perfect, and you're on the right track, I want to make sure I'm on the right track and the wheels are going in the direction I want them to go, and then I'll start dating, and then I'll start doing this. You know, there will be no and then, because when people always wait for perfect conditions, they never do it. Like you never do it. Whenever you wait and you're like waiting for everything to look a certain way, you never get anything done, which is reason why I got started late in life, because I was always waiting, you know what I mean, for everything to look great. So if I'm, you know, if you want to date,
right?
Then
I think I always wait for signs.
Yeah, no, you have to,
like wait for signs, and I really never had a sign until last night. Yes, they always say that that your happiness is on the other side of fear.
It is, though.
Everything you want is on the other side. What you think is scary, and it's funny because fear is nothing. No, it's nothing. It's just a thing you've conjured up in your mind. Yeah, or overthinking. Yeah, you know, it's like that whole thing. You know how you have you've had issues in your past, and it comes up. Yeah, and then you know, so it's the fear of being let down. Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so whenever that's why I tread lightly. You know what I mean? When I get with people, is because I just feel like there's just like this old fear that sometimes comes in. Right. And so it's easy for me, you know, to be alone. Well, yeah, alone is, you're comfortable with yourself. But that's good that you're okay with. But I feel like I don't want to be alone. You know what I mean? I just want to be, you know what I mean? I just feel like you have to be able to, the funny thing is that this show, it's like, even like, it's funny. It's like, it's easy for me to date. It's hard for me to give feelings. Yeah, right. Like I could date. Yeah. But then it's just like the next part would be trying to give your heart. You said, I'm like, I start everybody off at 0. Yeah, but then you have to worry. So it's just like I'm always we said this before. Right. I start and I give everyone 100 points. And I give everybody a big goose egg. Right. So I give everybody 100 points, and then as I'm with you, whatever, either you're gaining more, you know, you're off the charts, or if something happens and, you know, you start losing a little bit points here and there, you know, if something goes wrong. I always start everyone off with 100. Kara starts everyone off with 0, and then you have to build up to her. And that's just how I am with, I think, everybody. With everybody. I don't mind. I guess I don't mind dating. It's just like, I guess it's the idea, because, you know, it's like I want to be in a relationship, but it's like, it's that feeling of, it's the vulnerability feeling of love. It's hard for me. Yeah, and there's really nothing you can do about that. There's really nothing you can do about that. Because you can't get to love. You have to be okay with that. Yeah. And the funny thing is that we get questions often about relationships. We do. Kara and I, y'all, we're not a relationship channel. We're not. No, we're not. But that's for some reason, Like, I actually don't like talking about relationships.
Yeah, I get weird
feel
with
like
it.
relationships happen when they're
right.
When they're
but I mean, but
when
y'all
you're in the
send
right
us
time.
when y'all send us
But you
questions.
guys like relationships.
Yeah, when you guys send us questions about relationships like that, I mean, like
Exactly.
y'all, I'm like, okay.
They tell you what it's like to be single. They
Right.
can't tell you what it's like to be.
But y'all ask us questions too about, you know, we have been in relationships before, so we can give some advice on some things, but or give our ideas and thoughts on some stuff. But it is funny that we don't mean to like try to veer away from relationship talk, but we do get questions about it. So we're like, okay, well, people want to listen to two single girls have to say about relationships. Right. That means that, and some of y'all are really kind, and just like some of your commentary is spot on. You know, sometimes you guys disagree with what we say, but most of the time you're just like, no, that you're making me see something in myself. But I think it's because we take accountability and responsibility for our behavior in our previous relationships. So, like, I don't blame men.
No, this is not about. Like, I feel like this has nothing to do with men.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
This has nothing to do with them.
It's your stuff.
They've done. This is all me.
Yeah.
That's why I say that you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Right. Because when you put up guards and stuff, that's resistance, and then resistance is that's negative. That can be negative. So it's like you when you have your guard down. Like, I don't feel like you should have a wall up when you're dating. I think you should have a gate up. You can still see what the person's about, but you still have that kind of like veil until. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, some people date with big brick wall up, and like, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get to know the person because you're already thinking something's going to go wrong. You know, that's all your stuff. But if you have like in the dating process, I think you should have kind of like a gate up. You know what I mean? And that way you can see everything, but you still have a little bit of a boundary. You know what I mean? And then eventually that will come down. You can just be free to do whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think this thing you have to be more vulnerable as all this.
Yeah. I have to practice it.
Vulnerability is not necessarily something I have a problem with. I like to meet people.
I don't think I would have a problem dating because dating is just getting to know people.
Right.
But it's the loving.
Yeah.
Part. It's like once you have to cross over.
Yeah. The crossover.
The crossover to the other side.
To the other side.
To the other
to the Twilight Zone.
Right. I jumped off a building in such a weird dream. My dream's weird.
Yeah.
How you know they're weird, but it's just like,
well, when you're in the dream,
but you're in it, you do it. You think, why did I do that?
The funniest thing in dreams,
I would jump off a building in real life. So why would I do that in my mind?
I know,
like, because dreams feel real. And on some level, I do think they are.
And let me tell you, I told Carrie about this dream before, but when we first came here, it's just like a premonition dream, I would say. Some dreams are just like, oh, you know, it's a silly dream, whatever, okay. But there's some dreams that you're being sent a message to prepare you for something. And so when we first came here, right, you know, because we lost everything, we lost everything, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, watch, I wonder how long we're going to be in this hotel.
Yeah.
Like, I thought, how long is it going to be? Now, I was thinking initially, non-dream Danielle was like, oh, you know, it's probably going to be about 6 months.
Right.
You know. And then I was like, okay. But I had a dream when I had that thought. No, about 6 months, probably like that. I had a dream that same night. And I was in the hotel, asleep in the bed. And then I went out to the lobby of the hotel, right into the hallway of the hotel, and I was trying to get to the lobby area, and then the hotel, the hotel just kept going. Like, there was no end.
Yeah. To
the hotel. I just kept running and running and running, right? And then just running, and then it was like it was never not the hotel. Yeah. It was like just always like it just kept getting longer and longer and longer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is this ever, like, where's the door to get out of the hotel? Like, where's the door, right? So I couldn't figure that out. And then because I was so frustrated, I think in my dream, it woke me up. I woke myself up. And then it just came over me, like, literally like a voice just said, it's going to be okay, but be prepared because you're going to be here for a while. And I just was like, oh, what? It just like what, and then we've been here for a very long time, and I think it was for a reason. I didn't after that dream. Like, I feel like I didn't question a whole lot at that point. I just realized that like I needed to work on myself. I think it feels like I feel like
we don't really have to be here.
No, we have money.
Don't.
We have money, and
we have
so
money.
It's more technical.
We learned a lot about money. Let me tell you that.
A lot.
Very
When
good
you
with
lose
money.
all your money,
You learn a lot about money. We choose it because it is very
convenient.
Easy, conveniently. That's what it meant. Pay attention to your dreams. And remember the other day, I had a dream that I was in a dream. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And this man that was like, he looked like he could have been like either my boss or something. Anyway, I was giving him money for something, and then he said no, and then he gave me like $100. And then when I went to work, when I told you, I woke up, I was like, that was a weird dream. I dreamed that I was in a dream, and then in my dream, I said, Danielle, remember when I had that dream about having $100? Well, he gave me $100. So then I woke up and I told Danielle for real.
Yeah, in real life.
I said, Danielle, you know, I wasn't going to tell her, but then I thought, Danielle, isn't it so weird? I said, I had this dream that I was in a dream.
Right.
And I told you, remember? And you were like, yeah. Remember? You were like, yeah. In the dream, you were like, yeah, you remember, I remember you telling me about this $100. You were like, that was a weird dream. So then I go to work and my boss gives me an envelope.
Yeah.
Right when I go to work. And inside is $100. Sometimes I feel like
it's a
like you get premonitions. You either get that was a premonition.
Yeah.
Because I wake up and go to work, and the first thing I do when I go in, and my boss hands me and he wasn't handing it to me. It was mail.
Yeah.
He handed me my mail.
Right.
And I opened the mail, and there was a check in there for $100. And so I don't know. It's just like a weird premonition.
I think that we don't give up, but because that's what I think it is though, is that whenever I don't remember my dreams, it was insignificant and didn't do much.
It was just to get me through the night.
Yeah. Whenever I
remember... Did you ever, like, you had a dream, but you don't remember
Oh, no, yeah, that happens
It's completely erased from your head.
But when I remember my dreams, I know that's a message.
Yeah.
I know it's a message. I don't know if you guys believe in messages. I'm not sure what you guys' thoughts are on that, but I believe that messages from somewhere that places you in a specific spot in the world for you to see something very specific in that moment, and you will know what it is because it stands out to you. People got to pay attention to messages. You know what I mean? Because I feel like even having the dream about being in the hotel, that hotel dream I was telling you guys about, like I feel like that dream gave me some type of. In the dream was kind of I was anxiety because I was trying to get to the door, but it was not happening, which meant longevity to me.
Right.
Meant long, drawn out.
Yeah.
There's a purpose, right? So, but when I woke up, it almost gave me some kind of comfort.
Yeah.
Because it made me feel like...
It gave you clarity.
Clarity. Like, okay, so this is what's going to happen.
So now you can deal with that.
So we're in I never thought this would happen to us. Yeah. First of all, we've always had things and stuff, and we've all been, so I never thought this would happen to us. But I realized I had to do a lot of work on myself. And I think in order to get that work done, I had to be isolated.
Yeah.
Because I was distracted by things.
Yeah.
A lot of different things. You know, I mean, we had money and all that stuff, but I was very distracted by things, and I wasn't really working on myself as a person, which would led me to even be in this situation in the first place. So I think the fact that I've been in here so long, the isolation of it all, and then, not now, like the past few years, I don't know, 3-4 years, it's just been financially been growing. I mean, it's just been going up and up and up. We've only been going up. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just that we're still here. So it's the next step is to leave.
I think at this point, a choice.
It's a choice now.
You know what I mean? Just because it's just beneficial to us. It's just like even when we first came home.
It's convenient, I guess you could say.
When we first came home and I was totally depressed, I really couldn't. The only thing that was missing, the only thing I wanted to see when I came home was my grandmother.
Yeah.
And and I remember being when we didn't have anywhere to go, and it was the worst. It was like I'd only been home for like 3 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I went to sleep, and my grandmother passed away.
Yeah.
When I was in New York.
Yeah.
And so I had the last time I come home was 5 years ago.
We were extremely close to our grandmother.
Extremely close.
Like really close.
I thought to myself, I wish I could just see my grandmother. And then I would say that like all the time. And then when I went to sleep, she came.
Yeah, she came in her dream.
She came in my dream. And then she told me it was going to be okay.
Yeah.
And it was it was the weirdest thing. Like she came to me, she hugged me. It smelled like her. It was her. I knew she was dead.
Yeah.
And she said, everything's going to be okay. You just have to ask for what you want. And you have to be very clear.
And that's
so I think last night my dream because I was thinking about love, it definitely had to do with that.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about that last night, and I actually journaled it. That's how much I was thinking of it. I actually journaled. I haven't journaled in a few months, but I actually journaled that. And so I went to sleep, and I had this weird dream about jumping off a thing, and I thought it was a metaphor. It felt like in it was a metaphor for taking a leap of faith. And being okay with however it turns out. I think I've been better financially I've ever been. This is the lowest paying. This is the lowest paying job I've ever had, and this is the most money I've ever been able to. I've had more money than I've ever had. You know what I mean? I'm not in debt anymore. I don't have any of that. I don't have any man problems. No. I don't have any really weight issues. I don't have anything. All those things that always plagued my life. I feel like they kind of left me.
And because of our savings and way we're able to do things now and be more responsible with that, it's blessed us to be able to bless other people. Yeah, with financially, we've been able to bless other people financially. But all of that's happened in all of these years. Since we've been back home to Indiana, it was the most necessary thing that I've ever had to go through in my life. And I'm telling you, when this first happened, I couldn't say that. Yeah. I didn't understand it. Well, I think sometimes when you're stripped down to nothing and everything is now gone, taken away. You know, friends and family and money and all that, and just all gone. You know, what else do you have, right? But yourself and God to then lift you up and climb you out of whatever you're getting through. But you really do have to pay attention to yourself. So I think that this whole thing, I know it's coming to an end, but this whole thing has, it's like been like probably the biggest blessing. It saved my life. It saved my life because I'm able, now I have self-awareness, which I didn't have before. With money, men, myself, my health. I didn't have this stuff before. I wasn't paying attention before. I wasn't paying attention to how I was getting treated by men. I wasn't paying attention to my money. I wasn't paying attention to my health. I wasn't paying attention to any of that. I was just doing, you know, and then when God takes it all away, it's not always the devil. And people always, the devil. It's not working. Look, it's not always the devil, you guys. Sometimes God is trying to show you something and you weren't paying attention. Yeah. You weren't paying attention, and then what had to be done is that the universe had to take it all all so you can pay attention. And that's what happened, I think, to us. Yeah,
I remember one time at my lowest time, I was trying to find myself. I was searching. You know how when you're really scared and you don't know? This is early when we first. And I was always searching. And one day I was watching T.D. Jakes. I still was sad. But he was saying sometimes God has to strip you of everything to get you alone with yourself. And I was in that place. And he was just like, sometimes it's the only way he can get your attention is to take it all away. And so boyfriends, things, money, all of that, and you're faced with yourself and your life.
For us, within a couple of months, everything was gone.
Yeah, everything.
That's how fast it happened. Everything was gone, and we had 401ks, we had all of that. Okay, but it was gone. Yeah, men gone,
family
gone, and so but
money
we didn't pay attention. And so when everything was gone, we paid attention. Yeah. And then now I feel like I am the most sound, most whole I've ever been in my entire life. Yeah. And who knew the hell that was going to happen? Losing everything. I never thought that would happen losing everything. I thought that I would become whole by being successful, and that's part of it. But being whole has nothing to do with necessarily your money or your job or your career, your husband, your kids. Having all of that is not what makes you whole.
People who have things, just because you have things doesn't mean that you are whole. There are a lot of successful people out here who jump off buildings and kill themselves and shoot themselves or in horrible relationships. It's not that. This is a sense of balance.
It's like take it from us. Like we had stuff. And that
I wasn't happy though when I wasn't
really
happy when I had all the things I had before all this happened.
Life is funny and amazing and tragic and exciting and scary. It's like this roller coaster that you go on, this thing called life. It's literally this roller coaster. And I wouldn't trade. If someone asked me this before, out of everything that's happened in your life, this happening, would you want to take all of this back and just? And the answer to that would be no. Yeah. I would not change anything that happened. Yeah. All the years of being here and the not making a lot of money, learning all these lessons, I wouldn't change anything because I have never felt better in my life. I've never felt better in my life. And that's, you know, if that's what it took to get to here mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, then that's what it took. That's what it took.
I really feel we're ultimately here to help each other.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
We're all here to help each other. So your life experience is always helping somebody.
Yes. We're going to wrap it up.
Yeah. I got to go to work.
Our morning chat. This is actually kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
I kind of liked it. But yeah, so I'm going to probably get a nap. And Kara's going to go to work. And thank you guys for watching. Let us know if you guys have any weird dreams, or if you guys believe in premonitions.
Or if you guys are out about to date.
Yeah, you guys about to date? What's
about
happening?
to date out here?
What's happening? Are we the only ones about to get out here?
Anybody else nervous?
Let us know in the comments below, you guys. If you guys have any topic ideas, please email us. I will put the email here, and let us know some topic ideas. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, share this video, hit the bell to get our future notifications for our future videos. All right, everybody have a good weekend. Bye.